I was very embarrassed to laugh for a long time, for a big part of my life. And now I laugh all the time because people have made me feel confident enough in the laugh.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's still getting set up, but it's like it feels like a signature thing for
Yeah.
you, which is so funny though. When I look back to my childhood, like the stuff that I got bullied for a lot then
Yes.
is like the stuff that as
That's
an
me.
adult, you're like, but this is the
Absolutely. And it's so weird because a lot of times they're so specific, the comments, that you start thinking, wait,
Right.
I remember in high school, I had a guy, he was kind of like a bully, and well, he wasn't kind of, he was a hell of a bully. And he made a comment about my smile, and I stopped smiling because he did it in public, and
Right.
kids are cruel, and you start thinking about it all the time.
And you internalize it.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Would you like to say hi to him right now? Hi.
Oh.
But that is, I mean, that's such a fundamental part of this movie too, right? The notion that like, if people have told you one thing, even if it's not the truth, maybe you're going to end up going that direction
Sure.
and not finding it within yourself. And the notion of how difficult it is to find our place.
Well, I think what's interesting is that we live in a time now, especially with social media, where we get more negative opinions than positive opinions. And I think that just as us as humans, we always tend to notice the negative ones instead of the positive ones, And that's really interesting because then you realize that the things that you hear, it goes through your filter and you're very surprised at what stands out. That's why with this story, you do hear a couple times people being critical of Cruz, and you can see it affects her.
Right.
Because the words were said. And I think that the mentorship that happens between her and Lightning McQueen, it's lovely because he gives her this confidence that I don't even think she knew she needed.
Right.
And I think that it comes in such an honest and sincere way that you can't help but cheer for her because you realize that that's a very human thing. When you have doubts, when you're not sure of yourself, sometimes all you need is somebody to tell you, you can do it.
Right.
And it goes a long way.
Right. What was your first car?
My first car was a silver Camaro that I want to say was 11 years old when I got it.
That's still pretty sweet.
Yeah, it was
though,
pretty cool. It
silver
was pretty
Camaro.
cool. It was pretty cool.
We have really terrifically horrible traffic in Seattle.
You guys do.
You've been there,
I
right?
have
You've
been
done comedy
yes,
there?
I have done stand up there, and yes.
What would Cruz suggest we do to deal with this ongoing problem?
That's a great question. Just know that just like her life, sometimes in traffic, the journey is long, but you have to hang in there because you got to go to where your final destination.
Right. And maybe just think of that puffy cloud.
I said,
when you start getting
you're
tense.
a puffy cloud.
You're a puffy cloud.
You're a puffy cloud.
What is your most impressive driving skill in real life? Because now,
Oh.
if there was ever a time to brag, I feel like it's now.
Parallel parking.
Really?
Nail it all the time.
Really?
Nail it. Parallel parking. I don't even have to think about it. See, that's
just there.
when you ask me, I'm like, I know it.
Give me
Parallel
that question.
parking.
Do you try to do that specifically on crowded streets where you know there's going to be a crowd who can appreciate it?
Kind of, yeah. I do. I kind of do. I mean, because it's so gratifying.
Right.
When you're like, does this seem big enough? No? Hold on. It's so great.
The mentorship that you talked about in this movie, also just such a great message for kids to learn about.
Yes.
Who was the biggest in your life? And do they know it?
Actually, there's been a couple. My mom was a big mentor, but actually, my 8th grade drama teacher, I have let him know what an effect he had on me because he forced me to go into a theater class. He just saw something in me, changed my schedule without telling me, and put me into this advanced drama class. And he just told me, I see something in you, you gotta go with it. And I did, and this is why I'm here. I never thought it was possible until he actually kind of told me it was, which is what Cruz needs in this movie too.
Right. Thank you, public school teachers.
Exactly. The public school teachers changed my life. My brothers are teachers in our hometown because they are grateful for what they did for them and they want to give back.
That's awesome. Okay, congratulations.
Thank you
My
so
kids are gonna
much.
love it.
Thank
It's
you.
Great to meet you.
Great to meet you.
We'll have to catch up next time you're in Seattle.
Yes, definitely.